Hello everyone, this is Moby the Yarny, and it's Tuesday, and I finally got on to make a video. Yes, I missed last week, but last week was extremely busy with it being a holiday weekend. I mean a holiday week. Yeah, Thursday was Thanksgiving, and I had a lot on my plate, so I'm not going to feel bad about missing things for my family. But I'm Moby the Yarny, and my channel is mostly about yarn and about crocheting, sometimes about knitting, sometimes about the odd finds I make. And I have had here, yes, I was out with a hat on because it is cold here. It's about 30 degrees. We have a little dusting of snow, but 2 counties over from us got 3 feet of snow, but they can keep that over there. We don't want that right here. Some people might, but not me. But I thank you for joining me today. If you're new here, I thank you for stopping by, and if you're regular, I thank you for coming back. So I do have a lot of things to show you today. I will start with my rescue mission. Yes. So I have some pieces and parts to show you. Yeah. This was a beautiful koala. It was. Until my granddoggy decided she wanted the eyeballs. Now, she likes to chew the eyeballs. That's the only thing she'll I took the head apart myself because I'm already on the recovery for it. I made this out of the Australian. I have a book. It's called Amigurumi Down Under, I believe, and I made him from that, and I made him for my grandson Dom, and he wanted him in blue. He never said what color he wanted him. I'm going to fix this one because my daughter had some ideas for that, and I'm going to do that, but I'm also doing a remake. So I started a remake of him, and again I'm using yarn that is on like its 5th or 6th project. So I did the body and I started the head, and I'm using a Karen 1 pound gray, and I'm using, this is a size F, an F hook, because I like to do the amigurumis small. I like this small. I don't like my hair in it, but sometimes it happens. You just got to get rid of it. And I like to use a small hook when I do the amigurumis because it makes for it neater, tighter, and you can get more stuffing in there. But that's one that I'm fixing. And then my other grandson, I think this was last Easter, I made him a bunny, and he's missing his eyes, as you can see, because he had crocheted eyes that I made, and he chewed on some of them, and his tail's missing too. She got the tail. Here's the tail, what's left of it, pom-poms. So he is in for the recovery to be fixed. And I do not even remember what yarn except the Chanel. I used purple Chanel for the inside of his ears, because I always think about the Velveteen Rabbit when I think about making bunnies. And this one I did not have a pattern for, I just freeformed it. I think this was the first amigurumi I made without a pattern. Yes. And I made it for my grandson Devin. Yeah. So this is one that's in recovery too. So these are ones I'm fixing here. So I have a couple other ones I'm working on. This one is in a stage, and it's gonna be a surprise when it's done, but I have one more leg to put on, and the leg does not go there. It goes down here, of course, but it'll be a surprise when it's done. But I love how this turned out. Now for this one I am using Red Heart Amore, and I found that it works perfect for amigurumis. It has a nice softness, but the stitches turn out so nice. I don't know if you can see that. Now this is just cream and rose that I'm using on this, but I love the softness, and I love because it stays nice and soft, but it also gets that nice stitch pattern. And I can't remember which is the, okay, this is the head and this is the tail. So I think so. I'll figure it out. And then I made this little guy for one of my grandsons for his birthday. His birthday is coming up in 2 days, and he wanted a ribbit for his birthday. So this is the first one I made out of the amigurumi book that I showed you a couple weeks ago. So he was so easy to make. I made him, I think, in 1 day. He's a continuous. His body's just one piece, which was really easy, and then the 2 little eyes, and his legs and arms, his little fingers. You just add on. Now I did change the pattern a bit because I did not like how they did the toes and the fingers. So of course, you know, you're at liberty to do that when you're making something. And he didn't have a smile, the original one. And I added a smile because I like. And he had the little crown, which I added. And I think he turned out really nice. So he will be on to the birthday boy soon. And I wanted to show something that my daughter brought over because she wanted to remind me of how, I keep saying, try something, because the more you do something, and something I used to tell my students all the time, practice makes perfect, even though we will never be perfect at things, even though I've been crocheting for over 42 years. She brought her blanket that I made her 36 years ago. She'll be 37 and coming up soon. But she brought it, and I wanted to show it to you because of how bad it is. Well, I thought it was great because I actually finished it. I made one for her sister. Her sister is a year older. Well, not exactly. They are like 11 months apart. I almost had Irish twins, but not quite. But they were 5 days from being born in the same year. But so this was her blanket, and you're thinking, oh, it looks fine. I put the little ruffle on the ends to try to deter from my edging. My edging was horrible because it was so lopsided. I used to get my yarn from a store. It was called D&K, I think, and they had yarn, and there was no dye lots. So whatever came in is what came in, I think. But yeah, one side you can see, I don't know if you can really see, but one side is a lot thinner than the other. And this side is a lot thicker. And the stitch I was doing, I called it a rib stitch because it made this stitch on the side. But what I was doing was I think it was an extended single is what I was actually doing. At the time I didn't know what I was doing. I was just making it even And I was afraid to ask anyone if I was doing it wrong, because at the time I was 19 years old, and I said, I'm going to do this for my kids. So I did it, and I finished it. And as long as I had it draped over something, nobody could see the edging was all messed up. So, and I kept trudging along, and eventually I got better at what I was doing. But she wanted me to show that, so I did. And if you are just beginning, maybe everything won't turn out perfect, but you have an enormous YouTube. You know, you can look on there to see what you're doing wrong, because I didn't have that at the time. I had books, I had the library, I had just a few books to look at. I didn't know why my edges weren't turning out the way I needed them to be. You know, I was a novice then, so you know, we're all novice at some things. So, but that, I wanted to show that. And I'm coming along with the new baby blanket, which I would have never attempted this back then, but I've started the first row of the edging, which this is 84 rows I've done of the blanket, and now I started the first row of the edging, which I have to do 5 rounds. Will make it 10 inches either way, so it adds another, and then you put the ribbon in between the eyelet row. There's an eyelet row all the way around. So that's how that's coming. And this is a pattern that I cannot share because it's from a book. It's from an actual book. Because sometimes you can't think of different patterns to do because you have so many you're doing. So I decided I was going to do a book. So I did go thrift storing, and I found some interesting things. In particular, there's 2 items I wanted to show you, which I thought were very interesting. Now, I know I just did, my mind's blank because I just spent 2 hours in the kitchen making a death by chocolate cake. Now I'm going to be doing a new segment. It only lasts probably maybe 6 to 8 weeks, and it will not be on Tuesday, it'll be on Thursday, and it's going to be called The Secret of the Dough. And this is another thing that some of my kids have talked me into. I did have a bakery business for 25 years, and I do pizza dough, roll dough, cookie doughs, all sorts of cookie doughs. So those are the doughs I'm going to be going over. I don't do my bakery business anymore, so I will share how you can do it yourself instead of calling me to make your cookies and your rolls and your pizza dough. But I'm going to share my secrets, not my crochet secrets. I'll share the dough secrets. So if anyone's interested in that, you can leave some comments, but those will be on Thursday, and I will do one dough at a time, because I'm going to have my granddaughter come over to film that, because that's going to be in the kitchen, obviously not in my studio. But I did, my mind is blank. That's what happens when you get old. I did a review, that's what I did, on some wooden bamboo hooks from Lion Brand. So when I was at the thrift store, now usually I do not find any crochet hooks at the thrift store because people do not give up their crochet hooks. I find tons and tons and tons of knitting needles, but not crochet hooks. So I found these handmade ones, 2 of them, and they were 25 cents. And they came with the original paper from the man who made them. His name was William Schmidt, and he's from Mansfield, Ohio. And that's only like an hour and a half from me. And it even tells me what kind of wood. One is made out of cocobolo wood, and the other one was made out of, if I can find the other one, I believe it was a softer wood. But when I get to that, I'll let you know, because I pretty sure have the other one in here. But I have both of them here. One is a size F and one is a size H, but they are very nicely made. You can tell you put them on a lei, and I have used both of them. Now the F is perfect for amigurumi, and I have been using it on this little kitten that I've been making. Oh, I just told you what it was. But I've been using it on this little kitten, and it works perfect with the Red Heart yarn, which I'm going to be showing you more of that because I did pick more of that up. So this one, which is the F, the size F, is made out of the cocobolo wood, which I've never heard of before. Okay, and then the size H is made out of tulip wood. Okay, and I've used it too, and I really like both of them. They're both smooth, they don't snag, and they have very, very nice points. I don't know if you can see those or not, the points on them. I don't know if it will focus. Focus. No, but they have really nice points on them. Woolly points. I could probably stab somebody with them, but I really, really like these. And they're the only thing, they're very long compared to what I normally would use. This is the size of a hook. It's a very big hook. This is the N I use for slippers. This is a hero hook. That's a boy. This is a G. This is a boy hook. And I really like the taper on these too. They have very, very good tapers. Where am I supposed to put this? Where's this camera? Okay. Trying to get it to focus. It has a very nice taper, and it has a little taper on this side also, which catches the yarn really nicely. But I really like these. Sorry if you're looking at my nose, but those are for $1/4. I got these, and I think they're very unique and very nice. Both of them are different. They have different ends. But I tried to look up something about him, but it just said they were handmade by him, and there was nothing. I think he might have been someone that had his own business and might have passed away, because the last mention of him was in 1979. So, but it was, they both came inside the paper with something about him on them. So someone must have got rid of them with the instructions with them. But I also got, I went to a flea market, and I also went to a thrift store where I got yarn at both places. Now, at the thrift store, I paid $6 for everything I got, including the crochet hooks. And the first bag I got was baby yarn. and this was $1.99. And it has homespun, and it has Burnett Baby and some Red Heart Super Saver in the pink. So I always leave them in their bags for a while after I get stuff from thrift stores until I have a chance to check them all out. And then this one, more baby yarn. This one came with 2 of these older ones of the Red Heart Baby. It's a baby fingering, but it is the sparkle one. It's a sparkling yarn. It came with the white and the green, and more of the it's the blanket yarn. It would make some cute slippers. And I still got one more. And you probably see why they caught my eye, because they have the sparkles. Well, this is a newer one because it has the big twist in sapphire. Is this sapphire? No, this is not sapphire. It's the big twist twinkle and teal. And then it has a matching it came with ribbon. What is this one called? Homespun. Lion Brand Homespun. And it matches. Now I had a lot of this in the same color that I made a blanket with. But what did I do with that blanket? It's here somewhere. It's in one of my bins that I put stuff away. Oh, I stripped it. But I have plans for this yarn too. And then I hit the flea market and I found some more Isaac. I know I say his name wrong. Mizrazi. My husband says his name right. And it says $4, but everything was $3. So I got red, which is in sparkles, and I already have this in brown. I think it's back here. No, that's not it. I think I have it in the other room. Yeah. And then I got more of the Red Heart Amore. I got it in red this time. And I got it in, what is this color? Latte. It's called Latte. But I thought it would look cute for an amigurumi. Because even though they look matted, but when you use them for the amigurumi, they look very nice. And then I got some Lion's Pride wool spun. I thought it might make a cute hat. And it's in the color Cory, it's called. And it's very, very soft. And it's a number 4, I believe. No, it says it's a number 5. But I think it's closer to a 4. We'll see when it's worked up. But I think that is all the colors I got. I got four of this red, the Isaac Maritza red, and I got 3 of the Cory. I got 3 of the Red Amore and 3 of the Latte. So, and these were all brand new yarns, and they were all $3 each. So I will be doing projects with those in the future. And I know there was something else I was going to show you, but I cannot. Oh, I made another hat, of course. I keep making hats. I'm on a hat kick. But I made it to match my... I don't like pom-poms, so I did not put a pom-pom on it. This is my fifth hat. I blame Erin from Crafting Kitty. She got me on a hat kick. They always do the Hatapalooza, the bod Hatapalooza. But I like the brim because it fits my head. I have a big head. That's what I keep telling everybody. But so I just used what matched my cow, the Bohemian bandana cow that I made from Kelly from Crafting a Cuppa. I had more of the, and I still have more of the Red Heart Roll With It Sparkle, which I want to make gloves to match. I have been wearing these hats because I was on blood thinners for 15 years until I got my heart fixed, supposedly fixed. And I would be freezing all the time. But I swear after I got off blood thinners, I've been colder than I was when I was on blood thinners. So I have been wearing hats, and I've been wearing cowls, and I've been wearing scarves, and I bought a proper winter coat this year, because usually in Ohio we have light jackets, then we have a thicker jacket, then we have a layered jacket, and then we don't get out the big coats until the big snow comes. That's just how we are. And there's still some people that run around in shorts because that's how our weather is here. And I'm still working on slippers. I'm still working on, oh, that's what it was. Yes. I picked my project for the month of December. I remember I showed you before and I spilled all my yarn over here, but that's okay. For the Creator Spotlight for the month of December, it's Marley Bird. And I had already picked one of her blankets to make for December. I'm in the process of taking down all my fall things and putting up all my Christmas things, but I can't do that as easily as I used to because of my back situation. I did throw my back out just doing Thanksgiving dinner, so I did have some downtime. That's why I'm kind of behind on things, but you have to roll with it. And if you got some Roll With It Sparkle, that's a good thing. Sparkle while you're down. That's what I say. But I picked out my colors, which, of course, I have Christmas colors. White, of course. And you gotta, I love these big twist red. I love the bigger the better because you get multiple projects. Sparkle green is what I'm having a hard time finding in something big. But Karen Simply Soft had some sparkle green. And I got some big twist sparkle red. I bought 2 more today. Walmart had the Red Heart Sparkle Red. I got 2 more of those today and then I got a darker red. But what I don't use in this blanket, I will be using to making gnomes. And I have some Karen Simply Soft Party. It is sparkle. I don't know if you can see it, in white and plain white. And then I got this. some the Red Heart White Sparkle. And I got a basic green. And the Red Heart Super Saver. And that's what I spilled, because there's the red down there. Alright. But that is my project. And I picked her Christmas blanket that is made much like the placemat I picked from Crystal from Bag A Day, where you make the grid and then you fill it in. But I haven't decided if I'm going to fill it in with crocheted strips or just weave in strips of yarn. But I will explain that better once you see the grid, and I'll explain what the blanket's like. But yeah, but this is my project for this month. I do not know what the project is for this month for things we're making Thursday. And once I find that out, then I will let you know. In my mind, I keep thinking it's a home item, but I'm not sure. But once I find that out, then I will tell you what my project is for that. But that's my projects for today. And I thank you for joining me. And you can give me some comments if you'd like about if you would like to learn some of my secrets of my dough. And that's what I'm calling it. But those will not be on Tuesday. They will be on Thursday. And they will clearly be labeled Secrets of the Dough. Yes, I'm trying to fill in some things, and then after that I will be doing other things on Thursday when I can. It all depends on my health and if I have someone helping me or not, but usually I don't have anyone helping. I just do these things myself on Tuesday. And right now Tuesday's been enough with the holidays and everything, but I thank you for joining me today. And you know, we just had Thanksgiving and we had a lot of things to be thankful for, and I'm very thankful I got to see a lot of my family, and I have some more family coming up next week, and I'm thankful for them coming to visit, and I get to snuggle a little muggle that's coming. I'll get to see him for the first time, and I have some more little grandkids coming up in a couple months, and I'm thankful for them. And I just thank you for joining me, and if you like what you see, you can give me some thumbs up, and if it's your first time, just think about coming back again. And I thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you on my next video.